Hello and welcome to ChanFitness. Today we start phase 3 of our athletes training program. Phase 3 involves taking the strength of development phase 2 and making it so that it's functional. So when you're playing a sport, you're never standing there pushing with both arms very often or standing kicking with both legs very often. So we do a lot of unilateral training. Phase 3 is also where we start introducing explosive training into our program. Alright, so join me and let's get going. Okay, so in this stabilization phase, we take advantage of what's called the EDT training program, which is escalating density training, which means that we are trying to work out for only 15 minutes doing 2 or 3 exercises. I've chosen to use a unilateral bench dumbbell press to go with a unilateral dumbbell fly and then a hanging clean movement. So the principles of EDT states that you are going to pick a weight, you're going to do 5 reps max each time you go through. Each set is going to be 5 maximum. So as you saw, I just did 5 reps of each side of the dumbbell press, and then I switch over to a lighter weight and I do 5 reps on each side for my dumbbell flies. This is to help in terms of trying to generate maximum strength or maximum power while still giving myself plenty of time to recover before the next set of the same exercise. If you're unable to get to 5, then you push off as many as you can, but don't try for 5. If you can only do 3, then you stop at 3 and you move on to the other side or you move on to the next exercise. So I've done the bench press, I've done the fly, and now I go to the hanging clean. And once again, I'm just going for 5 reps. Okay, now my knee's a little wonky here because I just had a snowboarding wipeout. That's what happens when you're a 43-year-old man trying to follow your 10-year-old son into the snow park. Anyways, that's a different story for another day. Now that I've gone through the entire cycle once, all 3 exercises once, I'm going to go repeat that over and over again until the 15 minutes are up. And I'm trying to keep track of how many sets I actually do of each exercise because the goal is to try and accomplish a total of 75 repetitions for each of the 3 exercises. If I'm able to accomplish 75 repetitions for each of the exercises, then the next time I go through this workout, I will up the weight for each of the movements. Now, I've obviously picked weights that were too light for me because I'm on set number 4 and I'm still easily pushing off 5 repetitions for each side for each of the exercises. This means that I will probably easily reach my 75 rep goal, which means that next time I will more than go up by 10%. I'll probably try to go up by 20% in weight and see if I can handle that sort of increase. But normally if I can just barely get to 75, then I will look for anywhere between a 5 and 10% increase in weight for the exercise on the next time I go through this workout. When you're doing unilateral training, you want to try and make sure that your torso resists the twisting as much as possible. You notice that when I was doing the bench movements, I tried to keep my non-working arm across my chest so that it helped me maintain my balance a little bit. It didn't allow my torso to sort of twist or over twist towards the side that was bearing the weight. Now, for those of you keeping track of the reps throughout this video, you will notice that now I'm finishing off 80 repetitions for the dumbbell press, 80 repetitions for the dumbbell flies, and 40 repetitions for the hanging clean. That means I've met my 75, 75, and because the dumbbell clean is one movement, it's not a unilateral movement, my goal is only 30. And this entire workout only took 14 minutes and 43 seconds. Now, just like the phase 2 workouts, we have a core routine at the end of each workout in phase 3. So for day 1, I try to do 10 sit-ups or 10 crunches, give myself a 25 seconds of rest before repeating 10 more. And at the end of each set, my rest is going to be shorter. So this is my second set of 10 crunches. At the end of this set, I'm only going to give myself 20 seconds of rest. So at the end of this 20 seconds, I'm going to try to repeat 10 more repetitions before giving myself 15 seconds of rest, and then so on and so on. My goal is to try and get 50 repetitions out. Now, it gets harder and harder because you're giving yourself less recovery time as you go from sets 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. Actually, in this workout, by the time I got to my 5th set, my abs started cramping up and I only was able to do 43 repetitions instead of 50 repetitions for my core routine today. So that brings our first workout for phase 3 to a close. Phase 3 actually has 4 different workouts spread out over a 7-day cycle. However, all the workouts will feature an EDT type unilateral training with an explosive movement at the end. Alright, so I'll see you next time on the next workout.